Will you do me a huge favor and keep an eye on that? Just make sure it doesn't fall over.
Okay, guys. So, big welcome to our new associates. We've got Sienna, our new lead dining server. Eddie was another new lead dining server. He was in the meeting yesterday. Stacy is our fabulous new dining operations manager. She is walking around all the time with Gladys if you haven't met her yet. So she'll be with Gladys over in the health center. We've got John, our new MDS manager, and we've got our new Omnia people. Chris Smothers as environmental services manager, and Corey Babel is going to be the new facility manager. So say hi, say welcome. I know how friendly you all are. And then let's say congratulations to our Associate Spotlight recipients. So this is a new initiative that we started about 9 months ago, I think, and I don't know if we've really recognized it yet in here, but it's been going really well, so we're definitely going to keep this program up. But I wanted to, so we'll recognize the people who have been honored quarterly from here on out, but I wanted to dive in and recognize our folks who have been recognized so far. And just to let you guys know how this is going to work, as a leadership team, we decided to rotate this by department. So we felt like that was the best way to be fair, because we have a lot of people who work behind the scenes, and we want to be sure that we are recognizing those people as much as people who are very much resident facing. So Samantha Myler is one of our first recognees, our sous chef. Sylvia Williams has been recognized, Antoinette Gross, of course, always so valued, and Gloria Peaks as well, night shift CNA. Our great nurse, Janet, has been recognized as well. Fatima has been recognized. I saw her walk in earlier. Okay. And Ava Mathis is our dining server who is recognized, and then I don't know if she even knows it yet, but Emmy is getting recognized for July, so congratulations for Who's seen these boards when you guys are walking into work or walking through those hallways? Yeah, just right when you come into work, I think it's great to just say thank you for being here. Yeah, so just a little note about respect. There are a lot of issues that are sensitive issues here in 2026. I'm sure we all have some that we can think of right off the top of our heads. But there's a lot that HR kind of oversees that has to do with us just treating each other with respect, because we need to be respectful in so many different ways. We need to be respectful in the tone that we're using, the language that we're using, the gestures that we're using. So let's just be sure that we are being sensitive when we are talking to our coworkers about their bodies or appearance, because people kind of feel a lot of different ways about their own bodies and appearance. And even if you don't mean that something sounds critical, you're trying to seem concerned, or maybe you think that you're offering a compliment, just be sensitive that people can have, a lot of ways that they feel about how they look and how other people perceive them, and the opinions that are kind of bounced off of them. So just be sensitive as far as that goes, and then just be aware that this is a two-way street. If you feel uncomfortable about the way that anyone is talking to you, the language that they're using, how close they're standing to you, is it just too close all the time? It's a two-way street. You say to them, hey, no offense, but I prefer if you, didn't come that close to me. I prefer if you didn't use that type of language. I really prefer not to talk about my body. So you are all empowered and encouraged. That is not disrespectful. That is not a disrespectful exchange. That is establishing you, for you. Okay? Make sense? Ginny.
Is there an incident or something that you can speak to, or an example of something that you've had to?
I'll say that this has come out of some pretty sensitive topics that we've needed to address recently. I'll give just a completely made up example. You know, if someone was losing weight and you wanted to compliment them, you know, it seemed like they had lost a lot of weight and they, you know, you just thought it really looked good on them. You don't know what's going on. They could be losing weight because they're in chemotherapy for cancer, or there are reasons to be sensitive. There are reasons why something that you think is a compliment might not be taken as a compliment to that person personally. Ginny just told me she likes my color combination today. Great, love it. You know, I feel like that's a respectful way to tell somebody that you think that they look good. So yeah, great, love that. I know, it's confusing, but that's why this is a two-way street. You know, anyone is empowered and encouraged to say what feels uncomfortable to them, because you don't always know. Breaks. So our leadership team did a big training, and we're continuing that training this week to improve our processes and procedures for our corrective action process. So we are working to empower our leadership team to be more proactive a little bit when it comes to corrective actions, so they're not always just kind of falling onto the same people over and over again. But you're going to hear me say a couple of times in this particular town hall that there are some things that are going to be turning into corrective actions. We've already issued some corrective actions to people, but we're just letting you know these are things that we are taking very seriously and that we're concerned about. And breaks is certainly one of those. So where can you take your break? Yes. Is there anywhere else you can take your break? Good job reading the screen, Laura. Thank you. Yes, so you can take your break on the Stacy patio. Does everybody know where the Stacy patio is? Okie doke. It's a little bit complicated. It is the entrance that goes into the wellness center that's inside our closed loop. How else would you explain that?
The interior building by the clinic.
Yes, yeah. So there's a patio there, that is for residents and associates. There is also one lonely little picnic table outside of the ambulance center entrance. It's a little white picnic table. That is just for you guys.
I'm assuming also they could go if they're smoking into the smokers hut.
That's for like if they weren't having a meal. Yeah.
Okay.
These are places, where they would sit down and have their 30-minute break. Yeah. So just be aware, this is mandatory. Anyone seen taking their break anywhere outside of those areas may be receiving corrective action. So this has been a big concern. And then just also be aware, so I'll just shift to the end of this slide. So HR's guidance is that the 30-minute unpaid break is for anyone who works 7 or more hours. And then they would also receive the 2 paid 15-minute breaks. So we're talking about associates whose shifts are from 7 to 12 hours long in one day. They would receive a 30-minute unpaid break and 2 paid 15-minute breaks. We've got some positions, especially in dining services, that have different kinds of schedules. You know, we want to be sure that you guys are still getting your breaks, but those are the guidelines. Shifts less than 7 hours do not include a specific given break, but your manager might be giving you a break based on how that shift is accommodated. Please be aware that those break times cannot be combined. So if you're working here 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., you can't mash that all together, your 30-minute break and your 2 15-minute breaks into a single 1-hour break. Those need to stay broken up over the course of the day. Please be aware that this does include times to go out to the smoker's hut and smoke. Those are intended to be part of those paid 15-minute breaks and that 30-minute unpaid break. So just be aware that this is part of our corrective action process as well. Taking excessive numbers of breaks or lengths of breaks can result in corrective action. Please be aware that your headphones and earbuds can be worn in those break areas. And I would say, as a matter of fact, you're encouraged to wear your headphones and earbuds if you are listening to devices or having conversations in those break areas, because we need to be respectful of other people who want to use those areas. Casual Friday. We gave away a lot of t-shirts recently. I see a yellow one over here. That's great. We had some red Memorial Day t-shirts. We had some light blue t-shirts that were given out for the cancer walk. Those can only be worn on Friday. So those are part of the Casual Friday that you can participate in if you would like to. And then, again, headphones, earbuds, this is potential for corrective actions as well. And we've had a lot of issues with these recently. The incident packet has changed. You guys have all seen I hope you've all seen the Kelly Green version of this incident packet. It is now no longer Kelly Green, it's kind of a lime green. So these should be at all of the nurses' stations, at the front desk, in the dining services offices downstairs. There are a number of other places where they might be. If you all have an incident or an injury at work, you are strongly encouraged to fill this packet out, even if you are not seeking treatment at that time. Matt also has a separate packet at the front desk for incidents that might be responded to by life safety, so you might be asked to fill that out as well. But this could be for anything from a needle stick to a bodily fluid exposure. You tweak your back when you are lifting a resident, something like that. Definitely encouraged to fill this out, even if you do not think that you will be seeking treatment at that time. There is a flow chart on the front of the packet that's going to tell you what in this packet you need to fill out based on whether you are seeking treatment and what has happened. So I think it's super easy to follow now. I got one back from dining services this morning and I was blown away. It was the most perfect looking packet I had ever seen. Since we started doing this, since I started working here, it was complete from end to end. I couldn't believe it. So fantastic job, guys. But please be aware that, part of my role here is that I protect you guys and I tell you guys what LEC does for you guys. This means that you would never be saddled with the cost of an injury that occurred to you in the course of your work with us. Okay, that's part of why this is so important, because something could turn into tens of thousands of dollars down the line. So just be sure that you are doing your due diligence as far as that goes. Anything else you'd like to say about that? I desperately want to be available to all of you for all of your questions and concerns. I really do. I hope it comes across that I care about you guys, and I want to be available to you. The reality is that I get pulled all over the place all day long. I am not just in my office, and I have a lot of meetings and things like that. It is my best advice to all of you, if you have a question or concern, send me a text message, leave me a voicemail, and let me know what you need to talk with me about. I will absolutely get back to you. And if we need to schedule a time for you to come in and sit down with me and really talk through an issue, absolutely, that's what we will do. Part of some some of the policy and procedure revisions that we've done recently is with the intention, my own intention of freeing myself up to be more available for you guys, because I never want to tell you guys no, that I can't sit down and talk with you. But you know, if you call and leave me a voicemail and let me know what's going on, that really helps me to budget in the time to talk through the issue with you. So please just leave me a voicemail, send me a text message, let me know what you'd like to talk about. 403B, so this is one of the many things that you guys might want to talk with me about. Our retirement account changed, so the provider for it changed from One America to Voya. So you guys should have all received something in the mail that indicated this change to you. I know I got one. There's nothing that you needed to have done. This happened in May, nothing you needed to have done. It just, whatever you were doing originally through One America, just pulled on over to Voya. Anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, doesn't think that you've enrolled in our 403B account, go back to the last slide. Send me a text message, leave me a voicemail, let me know that you need to talk about your retirement account. We match contributions as your employer. We match contributions of up to 3%. So if you are depositing 3% of your pay into this account, you're doubling your money every pay period until you retire. Upcoming associate morale events. We got a couple things coming up in July. June was a huge month, so we're being a little bit calmer in July, but we've got our summer salad contest on July 22nd. Should be some flyers up for this. If you'd like to participate, you are welcome to. What do I mean by summer salad? I'm talking about any of those glorious mayonnaise-based salads that you bring to picnics all summer long. You got your potato salad, your macaroni salad. What do you got? You got a legendary family recipe for coleslaw. Try your luck. See if you get voted our winner. So that will be happening in the Virginia Gate lobby as part of the cookout on Wednesday, July 22nd. And then the following Wednesday on the 29th, we're trying to be a little bit earlier on our pool party this year because that was a request that we got, because all of our moms and dads want to be able to plan what they need to buy for school supplies. So on July 28th, we'll be back in the Wellness Center there. If you've never come, it is such a good time. Bring kids, bring grandkids, bring little baby cousins, whatever you got. We'll have the pool open back there, we'll have games, we'll have food, we'll have prizes, and we had such generosity from our residents last year. We were absolutely blown away, I think. So we were able to give away not just school supplies for our elementary and high school students, but also for our kids headed off to college, which was really exciting. And now I'm going to hand it over to Matt.
Does everyone need to sign in still? Hey everybody. So a couple things. One, if you bring your child to the back to school, I'm usually the lifeguard, so I'll be more than happy to rough them up a little bit in the pool for you. Two, just kidding. We're gonna, it's supposed to be what I call stupid hot this week. So the heat index is just out of control. Make sure everybody's pushing water. If you do take the residents out, try to take them out in the shade, or early mornings, late afternoon, late evenings would be better. So just be cautious this week. I think the heat is probably here to stay, but I don't know if the heat index, I think the heat index might be better, but so just push the water. Everybody push the water. As on push the water. So as most of you know, April, May, we were just bombarded by ODH and all of their training, or all of their inspections, all that. The nursing did great, and that's just a little bit of life safety, a little bit of maintenance. Well, this Monday on July 6th is life safety and maintenance is kind of a big inspection. That's the state fire marshal comes in, and he'll be here at like 8:30, probably leave about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And I just want to go over some stuff of how you can help us, what he looks for, and things like that. So he does not go into any resident rooms at all, campus-wide. No resident rooms, no resident closets, nothing like that. He will go into every office. So if you have an office, he will go in there, and the things that he'll look for in the offices are refrigerators, microwaves, or fans that are plugged into adapters. If you have a refrigerator or a microwave or a fan in your office, plug them into the wall, and you won't have any problems. He'll also look for space heaters. If you have a space heater, I don't want to know about it, just take it home. Because we're not supposed to have any space heaters here at all. He'll also go into every, what I'll call public closet, facility-wide, from this floor all the way down to the basement, into the health center. He'll look in electrical closets for stuff that's not supposed to be in there, like ladders, storage stuff, whether it be supplies, things like that. He'll go into those closets. You know how it's kind of like over in the lobby by the elevator. You go past, it's kind of across from the bathroom and laundry room. That is like a storage closet, and then the next closet is high voltage. We have several of those high voltage. He'll go through there. As long as we have a pathway to the door, he won't say much about the first closet, but the second closet, we can't have anything in there because that's considered high voltage and we shouldn't have it. So me and my team will be going through those closets again. He was supposed to come a few weeks ago, but he had to reschedule. So we're pretty on top of it now. It's just a matter of fine-tuning some stuff this weekend. But in the health center, and some of you work in the health center, you have supplies, storage, or things like that. There is usually like a little red line up at the top of the closet. You've probably seen it. He'll look to make sure that we don't put anything in those red lines, above those red lines. And those red lines are basically 18 inches, 2 feet from the ceiling. And that allows, that's a state fire code that we have to adhere by, because as we all learned in our fire marshal training, that sprinklers aren't set off by smoke, they're set off by what? Heat, thank you. So when it gets hot, it sets the sprinkler off. If that doesn't have enough room to spread the whole width, it won't go off. So it'll just kind of like split water. It won't set off. So that if that closet's on fire, it's not gonna do any good. So that's why we have to keep everything 18 inches, 2 feet from the ceiling. Also in those closets, we can't store anything on the floor. So if you see, there's a couple closets I looked in Health Center, has some cleaning supplies, I think have been cleaned up and things like that. So those are the things to look for. And the places he'll go on campus, he'll go to the pump house, he'll come down to the wellness center and things like that. So the last thing is, how can you help? Well, you can be the eyes, you can be the hands that help us keep stuff away from 18 inches from the ceiling, if you go to that closet. Keep stuff off the floor in those closets. If you see stuff, especially in the health center, the Hoyer lifts or carts or things like that that are in front of fire extinguishers or pole alarms, move them. There's a couple areas in HC1, HC2, I know I've shown you nurses, that the Hoyer lift is right by the door, so it's it doesn't restrict the door from closing, but he doesn't like it to be that close. So that morning will have to be something where we have to move it, and it's right there where the plug's at, so I understand why we put it there, but he wouldn't give us an exception on that. So, but he allows me to move that stuff. So him and I have a pretty good rapport. There's a lot of things we kind of can move the day of, like that's in the hallways, but we really need your help to make sure these closets and the hallways are clear too. So less I have to do, the faster it'll go, and easier for my team.
Should we be looking at those things all the time? Or
Yeah,
just
that should be a standard, not just for this, because we have a fire marshal coming in. It should be the standard that we try to achieve, not only for our company, but also for the residents. I mean, because anything could put the residents in danger. You know, fire could happen anytime. We're not, removed from it, or we just, we'll never have a fire. We could, we very well could. Any questions? Concerns? Okay. Lastly, I just wanted to talk about coding. It won't be really long. We're not going to go through the policy or anything. Mackenzie and I met end of last year, and we were only required to do 2 big things for the whole year per ODH standards. But we decided to do it once a quarter, just because we wanted to train everyone and build that muscle memory. This is just a encouragement of words to, when we do drills, let's take them serious. I know that you want to see Elmo, and Elmo's there. It's easy to just be like, oh, it's just Elmo, but we really need to practice to make perfect. I'm not doing it to, or we're not doing it to, oh, he's doing another drill. I know some of you see me come at night, you're like, oh, what's going on with that? I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be something where we can learn from it. And some of you veterans that have been here for years can help some of the newbies learn how it's done and how our standards are. So it's nothing that is wrong. I just wanted to, it seems like some of you worked weekends, we've had some coaching calls. I want all these drills, everything just to be the muscle memory built in for us. So that's why we drill. We drill to be perfect, and we're competitive, so we want to be better than all the other buildings. So let's take them all serious. And I'm not saying that we're not, but let's treat every drill like a drill. Is what I guess I'm trying to say. Does it? Any questions? Wow, let me off easy. All right.
Where's that?
Oh, yeah.
So with the drill, can you please do it like the time that, especially the nurses and then caregivers, times that we are not busy?
Yeah, I'll make sure we don't have a fire.
Yeah. Like, there's some time we are so busy, like it's hard to leave and then, go. Especially in the morning.
I'm trying to be as genuine as possible. Because I don't know when a real fire is going to go. I don't know when a missing person can happen. I don't know when a tornado can happen.
And I think you have to show them that at random times too, right?
Yeah, I can't have a set schedule. So like when ODH comes in and look at all my fire reports and all my tornado, I cannot have there was 2 where I had like 9:30 p.m. or 10 p.m. He's like, why'd you do one at 9:30 and one at 10? And he's like, you did 2 of those at the same time range. So I have to split them out within different times. So they have to be sporadic. So I'm sorry. I'll try not to, but I can't really promise that. Anything else? Okay.
Do you know what did you want to talk about your? Yeah. Okay. Get on with that.
Hi, everybody. Great full house. A couple things to piggyback on what Anna talked about. Anna reminded me a couple months ago that in the title of her department, do you know what department Anna works in? Come on, guys. HR. What's R stand for? Resource. Human resource. And that means she's the resource, the helper, the cheerleader for the humans in this building, primarily the associates. And so sometimes people get scared of being called the HR department, or they're like, oh my gosh, Anna's sending me a text. Please remember, that human resources department has you top of mind and is always making decisions that are best for the associates. So, the most recent activities we've been having, the cancer walk. Who did the cancer walk? Or went downstairs to the cancer walk? Oh, not many of you.
You got Tanika down here.
Yeah. Nobody else went out for the cancer walk?
I know home services was there in full force, which is beautiful.
Did you all know about the cancer walk?
Yes.
Okay. Why didn't you go out for it? I just wondered. Because of the timing of it? Or what'd you say? You were serving? Yeah.
I thought it was just for residents and their families.
Gotcha. Well, that's great for us to know. So, no, it was for everybody. It was from 10 to 2, And it was our very first one we've ever done because cancer, we know, has impacted so many. Probably everyone in this room has been impacted in some way. You personally, family, residents we know that have been battling it, and that it was also for our residents, for us to do that together. So, so that's an example. Sounds like that wasn't a very good example.
That's okay.
Then,
The scavenger hunt.
the scavenger hunt, the caregiver week, nursing home week, nurses week, all those things. We had Juneteenth. We had all these different celebrations most recently. And Anna puts a ton of work into that, Anna and Ellen. So, you know, we always say, oh, that, you know, they're giving us treats, or, oh, you know, management has smoothies for us today, or there's bags of candy, or, you know, there's a scavenger hunt. And it doesn't just magically happen. Anna and Ellie put a ton of work into that. So I want to publicly thank Anna and Ellie for all the work they do above and beyond all this HR stuff. A ton of creativity, because I'm always like, Anna, how about a cancer wall? Sounds like it wasn't a good idea. How about a cancer wall? And she runs with the idea. And so we want you all to feel enriched and encouraged when you're at work and do some of this fun stuff. But you know what? We also need your all's input. We had the caregiver appreciation week, and did a lot of things there. We did a lot of things for Nurses Appreciation Week. We celebrated those for all campus-wide. Everyone was invited because we know everyone impacts each other here. But we got some comments that the caregivers were very happy with that week. And that, we want to hear from you. That's valid. Give us your feedback. But we need you all to be a part of the associate morale team to give us that input. So we can make sure that we're doing things that show our appreciation for you. Or there's things that you want to do. Maybe you don't want us to do anything for that. Whatever it is, please give us your input. We want to hear from you. Please be a part of the associate morale team. I think we're going to try and figure out ways to make sure that folks can get off the floor and come to those meetings, or call in if you're not here. Have those type of meetings. But we need all of your voices and input. So please let us know. There's a human resources mailbox outside of Anna's office. You can even put suggestions in there to let us know how we could do things better. Because we're doing these things because we want you to not just come to work and do the work and go home and be like, oh my gosh, another day at Wesley Glen. We want to bring some other joy. We know you guys get joy from serving the residents, but we want to bring some other joy and some other opportunities for you. And then t-shirts. You like those yellow t-shirts? Everyone's like loving those t-shirts. It's amazing. Look at first time. Look at you. First time wearing. So yeah. But as we've said, I know we keep giving out t-shirts, but unfortunately those t-shirts can only be worn on Friday, unless you're coming in on your day off. But Anna, you have something to add to that?
I just wanted to say I got some feedback recently about some of our associate, so we call it the associate morale team. So these are associate morale team events, and I really appreciate the feedback. So please, I am wide open. If you guys love something, hate something, tell me, because we honestly, like, we want you to feel valued, and we don't want to be wasting resources and time doing things that don't make you guys feel valued. So truly, like, if you don't like it, if you love it, let me know. If you're like, I don't know, B- on everything. Like, that's, we want you guys to, like, really feel valued, because we know how much you guys do care about the residents and what you do here.
Thank you. Okay. Anna was going through that list of different policies in reference to, she was talking about corrective action. So you all know there's different ways that we work with you all in discipline, if you ever need discipline. But one of the very first part of that policy is coaching. And we're working with the leadership team to make sure that we are coaching you all from the very beginning, that there may be a hiccup in your performance. You know, you may be clocking in a little bit late every once in a while, or there may be a way that you could be providing care to a resident, or how you're slicing zucchini in the kitchen. You know, managers want to be a part of your professional growth. And so to do that, we want to help your performance be the best it can be, to help you personally, to help you grow. Besides the fact we need to make sure that we're all great associates for the residents, we want to help you grow and be better and be the best you can be. And so managers are encouraged to be coaching you, to be sitting down and talking with you in areas that you can improve. And you know, those opportunities also allow you to give us feedback. Let us know what's going on in your life. Let us know if you don't have the tool to cut that zucchini right. You know, Danny, or JR, that knife you gave me is not sharp. How do you expect me to cut a zucchini right without that sharp knife? I know that seems like a silly example, but there's things that you all need to make sure that you have to do your job right. And so we are encouraging managers to sit down and talk with you all, to coach you. It may be a phone call, calling you and just point out some things. But we want to make sure that it's not all of a sudden, oh my gosh, we gotta write them up because, you know, they've been wearing that t-shirt 7 days out of the week, every day, and we should have told them the first day. We should have coached them with that policy instead of waiting until the 7th day and it's time for you to be written up. That's not fair to you guys. So please, know that when your manager says, hey, I want to sit down and talk to you about something, know that it's a two-way street. We're walking this journey with you in your careers, and we want to help you be the best you can be. So be open to that and be honest with us and let us know how can, you know, thank your manager for taking the time to do that, but also let them know if there's areas and things you need to be the best you can be. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, other topic. I know I'm going off script. I'm sorry, that shouldn't be up there. You guys keep saying, chill, stick to the script.
That's out today.
This is a topic that I'm hijacking the presentation because I didn't tell Anna I was going to talk about that. But you all need to know about this. Have you guys seen all the construction that's going down, or not construction, the buildings that are leveled down on our west part of the property past the patio homes? The 3 homes we had down there, one of the homes got moved, one home is half down, the other home has CFD written all over the front of it. That's property that we need to get cleared off. We need to get those buildings taken away and leveled, because it's an eyesore now after the fire department is done using it for training. And then we're going to make that area into green space. We don't know what the future holds for that area of Wesley Glen. And we've been in a lot of dialogue with the neighbors that here on Fenway. They're called the Friends of Fenway. It's a group, Friends of Fenway. And so Bethany's been huge this spring, hand delivering letters to them. Thank you, Bethany, for doing that. Every once in a while, if we have news to share with them, tell them about the fire department. We've been dropping off letters at their house. We've been emailing them. We've been in constant conversation with them about what's going on there. And then also to let them know, we don't know what's going on in the future there. which we truly don't know. So if you hear somebody say, hey, I hear you're building a 7-story building down there, what in the heck? There's a rumor about that, saying that. Hey, we hear you're building 40 patio homes back there. That's a rumor. We truly don't know what we're gonna build back there. We'll let you know. We don't even know if we are or when we are, but I just wanted to let you all know because some of the neighbors are a little assertive in reference to letting you know that they've heard something and they want to know if you've heard it too. So I'm letting you hear that we don't know what we're doing back there, and once we know, we'll let you know. Okay? Any questions about that? Okay. I'm looking at my little cheat sheet, folks. Okay, birthdays. So we're gonna start doing a birthday celebration every month for our associates and our residents together. So, last month we tried it, it didn't work. I think we had a rape day on the cookout and it didn't happen. So anyway, so next Wednesday, out at the cookout, if you have a July birthday, we're gonna celebrate your birthday and we're gonna do it with the residents too. You get a free lunch, you get a balloon. Who doesn't want a balloon on their birthday? And I think a goodie bag. Once the weather changes and we stop having the cookout, we'll be having those birthday lunches once a month in the wood dining room. So when you get that invitation from Ellie, it'll let you know you'll get a free lunch down in the wood dining room and you get to sit and have a nice lunch with the residents. It'll be a nice opportunity for just that intergenerational opportunities to just get to know the residents and you know them. They want to get to know you. They may ask you some uncomfortable questions. Just go with it. You can lie if you need to. But it'll be a really good way for us to build relationships with the residents and an opportunity for us to celebrate birthdays. So, okay, I'm getting back on script. So, clinical odds and ends. I'm just going to be blunt. We need folks to stay in their lane in reference to what your area of responsibility is. Everyone in this room makes one great team. And it's because you all have individual knowledge, individual skills that you bring to your day at work alongside your team members to make one great team. And each of us have a different role. Each of us are experts in dining, experts in caregiving, experts in social services, experts in MDS. There's John. Everyone meet John. I know his picture was up there, but this is his first time home. He's great. And so truly, we need to make sure that we're relying on each other, but also remembering where our boundaries are. You know, you ladies are experts in housekeeping. You're the experts. We need to rely on each other. And if we don't know the answer to a resident's question or a family member's question, it's okay to say, I don't know. Let me ask my team member or let me ask my manager. We just need to make sure that we're staying in our lane, knowing what we know, answering those type of questions, and rely on our team members that do know the stuff that we're being asked. It's okay to not have all the answers. I know it gets a little challenging when we have family members staring at us and wanting an answer, but it's also just like you. If you're out in public and you're the customer, wouldn't you rather somebody say, I don't know, let me get somebody that does know. So, does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, great, thank you. Tour readiness, we've been doing this for 9 months, and you guys are awesome. We have some standards that are set for us by LEC of how the building's supposed to look 24/7. Because we never know when somebody's gonna come in and look at Wesley Glen. You know, somebody's dad may be at Riverside and they're looking for a place to come for rehab. The only time they may be able to get here is at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, because they've been in the hospital all week with their dad. So at 8 o'clock on Saturday night, who's here? Who in here works at 8 o'clock on Saturday night? Anyone in this room? I control the building now. And so we have to look as good at 8 o'clock on Saturday night as we do at 10 in the morning on Tuesdays. Which, this place is buzzing at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning than it is at 8 o'clock on a Saturday. But we need to just be as friendly. We need to make sure we're in our uniforms. We need to make sure that the building looks nice. If you're walking outside to go to a smoke break and you see a piece of paper sitting outside the front door, please don't walk right by it. Please take ownership of this campus and pick that up like it's your own home. Because remember, where do we work? The residents' home. So we want to make it a home that they're proud of and that they want to show off to others. So we want it to also be a friendly home. We want to say hi to others. You know, you guys are so friendly to me. I love it. I walk down the hall and you all say hello to me all the time. But I've noticed if it's a stranger, somebody you don't know walking down the hall, it's very easy for us to walk by them. And we don't want Wesley Glen to be perceived that way. We don't want us to not be friendly and open. You know, you like when people say hi and smile to you, don't you? Some of you may not. We need to make sure that Wesley Glen is a place that people feel warm and welcome and talked to and appreciated that they're here. So please, in today's society, if any place in Columbus is not friendly, we want Wesley Glen to be friendly. We want people to walk in these doors and feel different. Because as I've talked about in past town halls, we're not the new, shiny retirement community in Columbus, Ohio. We're the one that's been here for 57 years, that's showing its age. Look at these guys. But when people come into this building, they feel the difference. You know, Lauren sells these apartments every day, and it's a challenge. Our hallways are a little dark. We don't have marble in our lobby. But the people tell her that they feel the difference because of the friendliness of the associates to each other, the associates to the residents, and the associates to strangers. And you guys have done a great job since we put all this we put all this great security in where everybody's wearing name badges. Everyone's doing it, and it's great, and it helps us feel so much more secure. And you guys are catching people. I love it to hear somebody say, yeah, I just got stopped up in the assisted living because I didn't have a name badge on. I guess I gotta come down here and get a new name badge. That helps us know who's in the building, but also making it a friendly environment. Knowing that people that are here walking around are supposed to be here, and we're greeting them and welcoming them. Okay, the other thing about being friendly, as Alma talked about, no earbuds. Not allowed to wear earbuds any place in the building or be on your phone because residents want us to be engaged. When we're distracted by our earbuds and the phones, we're not engaging. And we need to be engaged with the residents and each other. Okay, real quick. Oh, I only have 3 more slides. I'll go fast, people. Okay, resident experience. So how many of you have gotten a We Care Connect survey? Do you know what that is? How many of you have gotten a survey where you're asked, hey, I like working here. Hey, that's a resident survey. What's another question? I know who my manager is. Who knows who their manager is? Oh my gosh, I hope everybody.
All hands in the air, guys.
Seriously,
And who's your
manager? Knows who your manager is. Savannah, who's your manager?
Somebody in an office in
Who?
Cincinnati somewhere.
Don Priest. Dan, who's your manager? All right. JS, who's your manager?
JR.
All right. Woo! Okay, we got 3 out of 3. Good job, people. So then while. Once you're first hired, you get one when you're first hired. I think you get one for 3 months.
Do you want the
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
statistics? You get them at 2 weeks, 45 days, 75 days, 6 months, and then annually after that. So we hear a lot from you guys when you're first getting started with us. And a lot of our recent feedback has been super positive, which is so good to hear. So thanks to everybody who's been training people, because the feedback has been so positive recently. But then if you're getting those annual surveys after that, that's going to be your one time that year to tell us what we're doing well, what we're doing, what we could improve on, all that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, so here's the associate when I hop to it. So you can see how we've been rating. I'm not sure if you all in the back can see it. If you can't see it, we'll leave it up here afterwards. But organizational advocate, that means you would tell somebody else, hey, come work at Wesley Glen. It's a great place to work. So again, in the 80s, high 80s, the LEC average is 84. Our peer average, that's communities that are similar to us that may not be life enriching communities. It's a survey of all the retirement communities around the country. Benchmark is 84. Potential wrong hires, this is up to February, is 14. What that means is somebody that was hired on and it just didn't fit with the culture. It may have been something we could have caught from day one. So that's why a lot of you, when we're interviewing somebody, we'll bring them around for you to interact with us and to let us know, what do you think about this person? Do you get an initial impression of this individual? Engagement, 92%. Benchmark is 89%. You all are saying that mission matters to you and you have opportunities to learn and grow. Again, I think we said at the last town hall, if you want to learn new skills, if you want to grow to another position, let us know. We want to help you grow in your profession. Let us know how to do that. Organizational, the culture, perceived culture is 89%. So, do you have something to say? No. Oh, okay. So how you feel about Wesley Glen is our one. So I wanted you all to know that we take time to look at these survey results and we share them corporately. All 6 campuses look at each other's. So please continue to fill out those surveys and let us know. The resident experience, overall satisfaction is 87%. Move-in satisfaction is 90%. In November it was 100, so everyone that moved in was super satisfied. Responsiveness is 96. We respond to their work orders. We respond to their questions. We help them get transportation. Donna does it all the time. We address their security issues, whatever it may be. We provide care in a responsive way. And community advocate. Okay, last thing. CORE. Don't look up there. Who knows what CORE stands for? C stands for. O is servants. R responsive. E empowered. That's right. Every one of you, we want you to come to work every day having those in mind. You're committed to what you do. You observe areas that can be improved or ways that you can provide services to the residents. You're responsive. If you see there's a need, you take care of it. And you're empowered. You know that, hey, I don't need to ask anybody's permission. I'm going to take care of this resident right now. And then I'm going to let my manager know about it. You're doing all those things on a regular basis. And that, this year, Life Enriching Communities has packaged that as the LEC way. It's designed to help our residents navigate the unpredictable change they encounter throughout the aging process. So it means that we're here every day performing our jobs, being committed, observant, responsive, and empowered. I'll give you an example, then I'll let you go. This is a really extreme example, but I gotta share it. So we had a resident that had ants in her apartment, driving her crazy. All day long she had ants. She had called to get somebody to come down and take care of the ants. Well, at 6:30 at night, she calls her front desk crying. I still have these ants. Nobody's been here. I can't sleep in here. What do? Shaniqua, second shift receptionist, calls the porter, says, go get some ant spray downstairs. We gotta take care of this. He went down there, came back, we don't have any ant spray. Nope, in the building. She's like, this resident can't wait till tomorrow, she can't sleep. Shaniqua told the porter, I don't recommend this. Don't leave your job duties. But, I'm gonna come back to this. Shaniqua told the porter, sit here, cover the desk. So she had the desk covered. I'm running to Target, getting ant spray. Did that. She ran over there, came back. They sprayed the ants. The resident slept. It was a great night. But that's a great example. Shaniqua was committed. She's like, I'm not going to let this go. I'm going to make sure that the resident has the best quality care she can get. She was observant. She thought, okay, what do I need to do? I need to ask the porter to get the tools to take care of this. She was responsive. She thought, okay, if we don't have the tools, I'm going to make sure I get it. And she was empowered to go to Target and take care of that. Again, it wasn't like she abandoned her job, she left the job site, anything like that. She was serving the residents and taking care of a need that we couldn't do. And so it was a small thing, but an important thing for that resident. So all of those things shows CORE, an extreme example, but one that hopefully you can use to think, oh, I did something like that today. So let us know. Tell us your CORE stories. In my management meetings, I need to always go and share CORE stories. So each of you, many times are brought up in the management meetings that I have to share with people from all over Ohio for life enriching communities. So thank you for what you do. I know this was a long meeting, honestly ready to sit. But I know we don't get much, we only do these quarterly, so I hope they don't feel repetitive to you, but I hope you know that you are such a blessing to the residents. And I know each of you works so hard every day to provide quality care for the residents. And all I can say is thank you, thank you, thank you. Because you go home tired, you work hard. Working with people is tough because every personality is different. It's not like you're making burgers at Wendy's. Every personality is different and you're trying to solve problems every day. And you're a great team. You guys are a great team. Those surveys show what a great team we're building. And as Anna said, the responses we have gotten from new associates is that they're feeling welcome, trained, empowered, because of you all, you long-termers that have been welcoming them and helping them succeed, because you know the ultimate impact is how it impacts the residents' days. So thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you.